Hope you are enjoying digital learning system. Now today the topic is discrete time Fourier transform. So DTFT, right? What is the full form of DTFT? That is discrete time Fourier transform. So this is the Fourier transform of those signal which are in the discrete time domain, right? So the signal will be represented by x of n, where n is the discrete time index, right? So the formula of DTFT is x of e to the power, this is capital X, right? So x of e to the power j omega, that is equal to n equal to minus infinity to infinity xn into e to the power minus j omega n. This formula is quite similar to the formula of Z transform, and the formula of inverse DTFT, that is IDTFT, is xn is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus pi to pi x e to the power j omega into e to the power j omega n d omega, right? So those are the formulas for doing DTFT and IDTFT, right? Now let us take an example, a very simple example to do a DTFT problem. So xn, we are taking xn equal to delta n. What is delta? Delta is unit impulse function. Okay, so this function is in discrete time domain since it's contain n. Okay, so what will be the DTFT? That will be x of e to the power j omega equal to, what is the formula? N equal to minus infinity to infinity xn e to the power minus j omega n. So n equal to minus infinity to infinity delta n into e to the power minus j omega n. Now for this entire range from minus infinity to infinity, only when n equal to 0, then the value of this function delta n is equal to 1, otherwise that is 0. So 0 into something, that means 0. So for this entire summation, only when n equal to 0, this is 1. Okay, so when n equal to 0, the value of delta n equal to 1, and the value of e to the power minus j omega n is e to the power 0. So it will be 1. Okay, so the discrete Fourier transform of delta n or Fourier transform of delta n is equal to 1, right? Now there are several properties of discrete time Fourier transform. So properties, first property is linearity property. If so, linearity property if Fourier transform of x1 n equal to x1 e to the power j omega and Fourier transform of x2 n equal to x2 e to the power j omega, then Fourier transform of a1 x1 n plus a2 x2 n is equal to a1 x1 e to the power j omega plus a2 x2 e to the power j omega, right? So where a1 and a2 are arbitrary constant. So this is the linearity property. Now periodicity property, since we know e to the power j omega is a combination of sine function and cos function, and sine and cos both are the periodic function. So x of e to the power j omega, this is also a periodic function, right? Because it contains e to the power j omega. So the whole function is the periodic function, so it should have periodicity property. So what is the periodicity property? X of e to the power j omega equal to x of e to the power j omega plus 2k pi. So this is the periodicity property. Now third one is time shifting property. Time shifting property. Again, if Fourier transform of xn is x of e to the power j omega, then Fourier transform of x of n minus k, that will be equal to e to the power minus j omega k into x of e to the power j omega. So this is the time shifting property, right? Now frequency shifting property. Frequency shifting property is frequency shifting property is Fourier transform of xn into e to the power j omega 0 n will be equal to x of e to the power j omega minus omega 0, right? Here frequency is shifted by an amount omega 0, right? Now time reversal property. So time reversal property, what is that? Fourier transform of, we know the time reverse signal of xn is x of minus n. So Fourier transform of x of minus n, that will be equal to x of capital X of e to the power minus j omega. So this is time reversal property. Now differentiation in frequency. Differentiation in frequency. What is the property? Fourier transform of n into xn. If you multiply the signal by n, then in frequency domain it will be differentiated. So j d omega of x of e to the power j omega. So this is the differentiation property. Now time convolution. This is most important property. So like Z transform or Laplace transform, in Fourier transform also the time convolution, Fourier transform of time convolutions of two signals will be equal to multiplication of individual Fourier transform of those signals. So x1 and x2 n are x1n and x2n are two individual signals, and the Fourier transform of their convolution will be equal to the individual Fourier transform multiplication of individual Fourier transforms. So x1 e to the power j omega into x2 e to the power j omega. So this is the time convolution property. Now frequency convolution. Frequency convolution property, that is Fourier transform of x1n into x2n. So multiplication in time domain results in the convolution in frequency domain. So it will be x of e to the power j omega convolution x2 of e to the power j omega. So this is frequency convolution property. Now another one theorem is modulation theorem. Modulation theorem is vital theorem. Okay. Another one is correlation. So correlation between two signals. Correlation. Fourier transform of correlation is indicated by gamma. So correlation of two signals x1 x2 are indicated by gamma of x1 x2 of L, that will be capital gamma of x1 x2 e of e to the power j omega, that is equal to x1 e to the power j omega into x2 e to the power j omega. So this is the correlation property. Last theorem is modulation theorem. Modulation theorem. What is that modulation theorem? Fourier transform of xn into cos omega 0 n, that will be equal to half x e to the power j omega plus omega 0 plus x of e to the power j omega minus omega 0. So this is the modulation theorem. This is modulation theorem.